Hey everybody, we out here rolling and doling. So this video right here is what to expect at Super Ego. I'm gonna break down miles and pay, right? I'm gonna break how I'm gonna break this down. I'm breaking down simple as I basically plan, right? I'm gonna break it down for lease drivers, and I'm gonna break it down for people who bring their own truck. I'm gonna break it down before your registration and escrow, and I'm going to break it down after your registration and escrow, right? So I'm going to just tell y'all what to expect as far as miles and pay. So the number I'm going to start with is honestly your goal should really be 2,000 plus, right? So some people can do 1,000, 1,500. That's on them. My goal is 2,000 or more. I'm trying to hit the jackpot. I'm trying to get out of trucking so I can take my money and invest in real estate. I sacrificed many years in this trucking stuff, so I'm cool. So I need 2,000 or more, right? When you come to Super Ego, pre, that means before your when you in your escrow and your registration phase, you have to get a $2,000 or more check at Super Ego. You have to be close to 4,000 miles. It is what it is. You got to be close to 4,000 miles, right? You got to be close to 4,000 miles to get a 2,000 or more check. It is what it is. After you pay off your escrow, your registration, you can be at 2,500 to 3,000 miles and get a 2,000 or more paycheck. So this is another way to break it down. So when you're in your escrow and registration phase, you need to grow 8,000 or more. After you pay your escrow and your registration, you can do 7,000. About 65, but really you need to be at 7,000. So at the end of the day, it takes less miles to drive to get a 7,000 gross. It takes a little bit more miles to get an 8,000 or more gross, right? Next, if you have your own truck, you get 80%, I believe, and you don't have to pay the escrow, right? So, like I said, I don't know if you have your own truck. I don't know what your truck plan. It is what it is. But I don't think when you have your own truck, you don't have to run as hard. When you lease the truck from them, you gotta, do what you gotta do. Next, okay, you have some drivers that only drive, they only drive 300, 400, 500 miles a day. That's what type of drivers they are, right? Which is cool. Now, can you drive $300-500 a day and make money? My suggestions for those, if you are one of those type of drivers that don't want to drive far, don't want to run. I like to run. I like numbers that say 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. But everybody's not like that. So I do longer miles because I like larger numbers. But some people do 400, 500 miles a day. My suggestion is for you to do the Midwest area. Start in Chicago, Wisconsin, Ohio, St. Louis, not all of Missouri, St. Louis, where else? Memphis, and you start from that Chicago area, and you start from that Chicago area, and They have loads going to Chicago to Pennsylvania paying $3 a mile. I know that for a fact. Now, Pennsylvania back to Chicago, I don't know how much they're going to pay. But for those who don't want to drive those long miles and try to make some money, I suggest you stay in the Midwest area, right? So that's just like a breakdown to give people an expectation of when you come to Super Ego. You know, everybody have their way of doing their own thing, but from my perspective, this is what you got to do. So whatever number you satisfied with, then you can break it down. If you satisfied for 2,000 or less, then you know what you need to do. If you want 2,000 or more, you know what you need to do. So I try to break it down as quickly as possible from both aspects, from a lease driver and a person that's bringing in their own truck into Super Ego. You know, also, if anything happens to your truck, I don't know about people that bring their truck in. Super Ego pays the maintenance bill, so they just take it out your check, right? So at the end of the day, but still always come with your own money. I always preach that. But yeah, man. So that was just a breakdown. Just letting people know what to expect and how to map things out.